Hello, South Summit. I'm Juan José Güemes, Chairman of the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center at IU University and former Secretary General for Tourism of Spain. And I'd like to welcome these travel and tourism leaders. They are here with us to talk about how to build resilience in the industry and especially about talking about the future of tourism after this pandemic. And doing it in this wonderful hotel because we are in the Four Seasons. They just opened a few days ago, and it is a gorgeous hotel, elegant hotel in Madrid downtown, and I wish them really good luck. And we have with us Kike Sarasola. Kike is the founder and the president of Roommate, and one of the most charismatic leaders of the tourism industry. And Kike, tell us how are you managing the situation? That's very difficult for hoteliers.
Well, the situation was very complicated when it began. Our first concern in Roommate was how could we help? So we gave 13 of our hotels and 4 of our apartment buildings to the different cities, New York, Milan, Madrid, Barcelona, to be able to locate the local doctors and nurses in the different cities so that they could have a place to rest. No? We also helped with elderly in Madrid and in Barcelona. So it was a very beautiful moment at the beginning because we thought that really this pandemic was going to last not so long, 6 months. What happened? It's been longer. So right now the situation has gotten more complicated. There was this second round of infections. I think we are really looking that it is a long-term problem, and I think we have to learn how to live with the problem. No, we have to learn how to manage it, and we have to take all the sanitary measures. But I think there's something very important is that we should all really try and help to see how we can give confidence again so that the travelers can travel, the tourists can travel, because we have to think that tourism is the backbone of our economy. So if this doesn't recuperate, our countries are not going to recuperate, especially Spain.
So Kike, you have lost revenues, but you have made an immense social impact by hosting in your hotels health workers, physicians, nurses during these months of the pandemic.
Thank you. Yes, we did a social impact, and for us it was very important to help, and all my team was really united, and it's been an incredible experience. It's been so beautiful to be able to help the community and to really give our little hand in helping it. And it created a huge uproar of people with solidarity, and I think that's one of the big issues that have come out, especially in our country, is the solidarity movement has been incredible.
So Luis Maroto is the president and CEO of Amadeus, and Amadeus is a sort of big brother of the tourism industry. You can see almost everything. What can you tell us about the situation of the travel industry?
Well, I think as Kike mentioned, the situation is difficult because it has been one of the most impacted sectors. However, we see a lot of work between the different players to really try to see how things are going to evolve in the future and working into the recovery mode. Of course, at the beginning, everybody was working in trying to manage the situation, try to really support the travelers to adapt to the needs, cancellations, adjustments. But now people are thinking about, okay, how to go through this cycle and really prepare ourselves for the recovery, that I am sure the recovery will come at the end because people love traveling and travel will come back at one point. So mainly, all this, the whole sector is being heavily impacted. But I believe that everybody's thinking about, short-term measures to really go through the cycle and long-term measures to really think about how to be better prepared when things are coming back. So there are a number of opportunities that are arising as part of that.
But traveling is, something that we cannot stop doing. So I'm sure that when we have the chance of coming back to the planes and visit hotels, we will.
Yeah, I am completely convinced that this will happen. There will be some evolution, some adjustments to the way people may travel in the future because the demands in terms of sanity, in terms of security, in terms of information is going to increase. However, travel will come back. I am completely convinced about that.
And Gabriel Perdiguero, who is the Chief Customer and Transformation Officer of Iberia, a leading carrier. Gabriel, airplanes renew the air in the cabins every 2 minutes, if I'm not wrong.
Correct.
But still, we tend to see this is being communicated that planes are sort of an unsafe place, in this context of the pandemic. How are you managing the relationship with your customers?
I think we have managed the relationship with our customers in two different phases. During the start of the pandemic, we just put our assets and our people to serve our customers and why not our country. We operate lots of repatriation flights to many countries that we didn't fly even before. We put some of our material to help the hospitals all around Spain. And this is how in the first phase we serve our customers, bringing them back home with their families and where they wanted to be. And right now, as we are starting to fly a small but regular operation, we are putting a focus on the health and safety and communication, because I think the customers, I think, and we believe that we have communicated that the airplane is a safe place, because the way that the filters work in an aircraft minimize almost 100% the infections, and that has been proved. We have to reassure the customers that if they travel, they know that they can travel. They know the actions that they have to make, if they have to make a PCR or they have a quarantine when they arrive. So all that information is very chaotic at this time. So we are putting a big effort to communicate that they can travel, where they can travel, and what they have to do when they travel to a specific destination. And this is where we are putting our biggest efforts, on top of health and safety, extra cleaning, new procedures. So it's giving our customers peace of mind that, okay, you can continue, as Kike said, we have to live with this, but you can live with this in a safety way.
I think the big solution to our problem is these new tests that have arrived. I think that's a solution, and we're implementing it in our hotels.
Well, that's very interesting. So you're making of your hotels sort of safe places, free occupied places.
It's a place where we can, up to where we can go. It's a place where we can give sanitary safety to my customers and to my internal customers, my roomies, people who work in roommate. And I'm very happy with this solution, and I hope many other companies will do the same thing, because I mean that really gives a safety measure to everybody. When you go to a hotel and you say, listen, everybody in the hotel has been tested and everybody is COVID, is not sick. I mean, that gives you a tranquility, and that helps you to get on a plane, helps you to get a hotel. So I think that is the beginning of our solution, comes with the tests.
So, and Gabriel, when do you expect the recovery of the airline industry?
So, airline industry, to be honest, has been always very cyclical. Probably this is the worst.
But never with an impact such as this one.
No. Obviously not. Not as this is impacting our industry. IATA is estimating that we are going to recover around 2023, 2024. So imagine what a big impact we are going to have. But I think that what is key in order to this recovery is to start living with it, understanding that this will last some more time. That we have to take the safety measures, that we have to align as much as possible the policies, because even in Europe, you don't know what you have to do when going in another country. Maybe this country, even inside Europe, you have to do a PCR or you have to do quarantine. So, homogeneous policies around Europe will be very beneficial in order to a faster recovery. And of course, informing the customers what they have to do, and they are not going to leave them alone at their destination. So if anything eventually happen, they have to rely that in this case an airline will bring them back with no doubt. So they have that peace of mind that anything that happens, they will be coming back to their homes in a safe way.
So Luis, Amadeus is not only a huge tech company in the travel industry, but also an innovation lab. Indeed, you support many startups and innovators who are trying to get into the travel industry. Do you think that after this crisis, after this disruption of the travel industry, we're going to see new business models emerge?
Yes, I mean, always when you have these kind of shocks, there are always new opportunities that happen. At the end, this will accelerate trends that we have seen in the past. I mean, the importance of technology is becoming a must more and more. I mean, and investing in new areas such as biometrics or touchless systems or personalization that was already happening before, but the fact that you can personalize your offer and you can adapt to this new world where the traveler is going to be more demanding about information and about clarity in the way they can operate. So there are many areas in which technology can disrupt the way we have been operating and accelerates the trends that we have seen before. And therefore, there will be new opportunities for companies, startups that are looking into these trends. Again, not completely new from what we have seen in the past, but it's an acceleration, and we are living with these new ways of working, despite the fact that travel will be travel at the end, and it will be operated. I mean, people will move from one day to the other and will stay in an hotel and will use the services, but the way they can operate in providing them with an end-to-end service, more flexibility, more personalization, more capabilities to adapt will be needed in the future. And technology, in my view, will play an important role for that.
So thank you very much. It has been such a great pleasure to have the chance of talking to you and discussing about the present and the future of the travel industry, and doing it in this wonderful hotel.
Thank you.
Thank you.